could see, you know what? Let me screenshot this video. You know what? I'm going to take a picture with my phone. I apologize. Because this is a really good song. I apologize. I know that you're seeing a video right now next to me. And I'm going to get to that video. I just don't want you to be confused. I don't want you to be like, wait a minute. I see that video right there, but he's talking about something different. I don't understand. Ilia Topuria a hard time. Which is ironic because his wife's trying to get him hard time. I've been giving a full hard time. His wife's trying to get him some hard time. But I've been making the point, and I mean, I haven't heard a worthy retort. I haven't heard any valid reason as to why Ilia Topuria would have offered to pay her. Why was he willing to, I don't know if settle is the right word in this particular case, but if he wasn't abusive and so on and so forth and etc., why would he give her the hush money? And I know I've heard people say, well, just to make it go away. That's what people do. That's what famous people do. They just want it to go away. But man, oh man, if that's what it was, if he was advised to do so, maybe it just shows how unbelievably short, no pun intended, how short-sighted it was of him to do such a thing. Because he would have to know if they were in such dire straits, if this was going down the toilet. He would have to know how that would make him look down the line, how it would make him look on paper, how it would make him look to the public, how it would make him look in court. He gave hush money, or he was going to give hush money. He agreed to it. What does that usually mean? What does that usually mean? It usually is an admission of some type of fault. You say sorry if you did something wrong. You pay somebody off if you want them to keep their mouth shut. So I'm just setting the groundwork here. I'm just reiterating. I've been saying, I don't trust that fool. And that I think is a whole lot. I mean, it's just a whole Amber Heard status to go to this level and be making the kind of accusations that it sounds like. Again, I haven't heard it from the horse's mouth. But the kind of accusations that she supposedly has been making or on the verge of making. And I'm just thinking, he probably did something. Probably had too much testosterone going. Probably had some of those Mexican tacos or something. He just on the verge. No, I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it. That's not funny. I'm not going to say it. But something happened today that made me think, oh, snap. And it's not the kind of, more than ever, it is starting to seem like a Johnny Depp and Amber Heard kind of situation. Because I heard something today that made me scratch my beanie for the first time. And it's that Ilia Topuria's lady is, and I don't know her name, Mrs. Topuria, Mrs. X Topuria, ex-Mrs. Topuria. She's coming after Joe Rogan. She's coming after Joe Rogan for cyberbullying. Because of something that he said. You know how Joe Rogan's like unk status now, and he's like everybody's grandma, and he's always getting fooled by stuff he sees on Facebook, and he doesn't know how to decipher the difference between AI and Photoshop and stuff like that. This happens like every fifth episode with Joe Rogan now, and the whole community laughs at it that he thought something was real that wasn't real. So apparently, long story short, there was some image that was like AI generated or photoshopped or something that took a photo that was originally Ilia Topuria's lady with her brother and made him look like a different dude. Like they changed the ethnicity and everything, made it look like this was some dude that she was running around with. Joe Rogan was talking about it, how ladies are this and that, how they'll break your hearts, mess with your head and all that. So she's like, whatever she's compiling, whatever lawsuit or defense, whatever it is you want to call it, I don't even know. She's now trying to put him in there and get him for, like, I don't know, slander, cyberbullying, whatever. The term I heard thrown around was cyberbullying. And as far as I'm confirmed, the moment that you're trying to go after somebody like Joe Rogan, who's just a little bit senile and who just doesn't know when he's looking at AI. I mean, Joe Rogan could scroll, that fool could scroll through Sora. That fool could scroll through Sora and not know that he's looking at AI. It's wild. That fool could scroll through Sora like if it's Instagram, not knowing the difference. It's like he's too innocent for his own good. He's a beautiful soul. He's too innocent for this world. He's like Don McLean said that he's too this world was never meant for such a beautiful soul as his. Remember, you know that song Starry Night from Don McLean? It's a deep cut. It's all right. So that was the first time I thought, oh snap. Is Ilia Topuria not lying? Is she just crazy? Is she just Amber Heard status? Is she just trying to take everyone? She's just trying to grab everyone on the boat and take them down into the lake with her. And then I started to think, well, she's Amber Heard. Maybe this was Johnny Depp. It doesn't remove any fault for him. Maybe these dudes are both crazy. All I'm saying is, if you have a dude that you're claiming was abusive, if that was really what was underlying all of this, you don't need more than that. You do not need more than that. In this day and age, if you have any kind of proof whatsoever, which supposedly I've been hearing reports for weeks now that she has, that you're being abused by your dude, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. You don't go after Joe Rogan for not knowing how to differentiate reality from AI. That tells me that you got nothing. That tells me maybe you were embellishing. You're grasping at straws. You're trying to dig your claws into anything that you could get that's anywhere within your vicinity. That tells me that you do not have a strong case. That tells me that maybe he was texting other ladies. Maybe he was doing more things than texting with other ladies. And maybe one time, do you ever have, like, you know how sometimes you're walking down the hallway and you're kind of like playing chicken with someone, especially when you're kind of like in an argument or something, and you can see the person that's coming your direction is taking up like dead center, the middle of the hallway, and you're like, hey, fool, you can scoot over or what? And then you get closer and closer and they ain't scooting over. It's like, Marilena's going to feel their shoulder. What is this? I wasn't even the one that was wrong in the situation. I'll go 50-50. I'll go 50-50 with you. I see you I start moving over, like subconsciously. I'm already moving over, even if you can't see it in my bar. I'm moving over. I'm waiting for her. It's like when you're going for the glove touch, right? And if I see her just trying to wide shoulder, just trying to take that hole, I'm like, our shoulders are gonna become well acquainted. I'm not tripping. So it's like maybe they were in the middle of an argument. Maybe he was texting other ladies. Maybe they were DMing. And then one time she had read it. She was in a bad mood. Maybe they met shoulders. Maybe she flopped like LeBron. I don't know. And he's like, oh, are you really? Really? You're bigger than me, fool. You're bigger than me even without the heels. You're going to flop like that? Maybe. All I'm saying is if her dude actually laid hands on her, like for realsies, or on the baby or whatever, you do not need to come after Joe Rogan. That would be the last thing on a lady's mind if this was real. If this was real, she couldn't possibly care less about Joe Rogan talking papas. This is starting to make me think that there's some Amber Heard, Johnny Depp style stuff going on. And the reason I'm saying Johnny Depp is because I'm not taking any kind of fault from Ilia whatsoever. He seems like a cocky, very self-indulged, I hate to use the word narcissistic, but I think it fits, type of individual. I think they're both crazy. I think they're both psychotic. I think they fell in lust. Not love. And the reason I had this playing right now, and I'm going to talk about it right now during the live stream, is because it just made me think, and I'm not trying to be anti-women or anything like that. It's just, this came out this morning. It started making me think twice about the Topuria situation. And then I see that Tracy Cortez is training with Alex Pereira. My guy is getting taken for a ride. My guy is getting fooled. Tracy Cortez is trying to do the reverse Rose Namajunas. Tracy Cortez is trying to reverse engineer the Rose Namajunas situation. She's trying to get coached by this dude. She's trying to get trained by this dude. He's on the climb and she's on a skid. She's out here living on Skid Row. And she's got Alex Pereira slumming. She whispers some sweet nothings in his ear. And that fool couldn't understand. That fool's translator was partying during New Year's Eve. Poor Poatan's like, hey bro. And he's like, I don't know what she's saying. I don't know what she's saying. Big man is over here like Major Payne. Poetas, homie fell into lust. Homie fell into lust. I should send him that photo that I found of her without her makeup on. Save this fool from a big headache.